Welcome to this deep dive. This exploration comes with insights from the PIQC Institute of Quality.
That's right.
And we've put this analysis together after looking at, well, numerous international codes of conduct and ethics. Think bodies like the American Society for Quality, ASQ, and, many others.
Yeah, to get a really broad, informed view.
Exactly. So the focus today, really understanding the code of ethics specifically for quality professionals.
It's a topic that, honestly, often stays a bit in the background, doesn't it?
It does, but it's so crucial for quality pros and managers. I mean, technical skills are vital, of course, but these ethical principles, they're the foundation.
They really are. It's all about trust, ultimately, and achieving excellent performance.
So that makes you ask, why are these ethics so fundamental in the day-to-day grind? What's the real link?
That's a great question, because, with the pace of work today, the pressure for targets, deadlines, it gets intense.
Right.
And these ethics act as a sort of compass. They help you navigate those tricky situations, make the right call when you're under pressure.
And we should stress, these aren't just nice ideas, are they? They're grounded in practice.
Absolutely. Based on globally accepted best practices, standards from various specialists, tailored for all sorts of professional environments.
Okay. So the original PIQC code has, I think, 15 principles listed.
That's right, 15.
Which is quite a lot to digest. Maybe for clarity, we could group them, look at some broader themes.
I think that's a really good way to tackle it. Makes it much more practical.
Great. How about this? We start with principles around personal integrity and responsibility, then maybe move on to professional conduct.
Okay.
And then wrap up with how quality folks can help foster a real culture of improvement in their organizations.
Yeah, that sounds like a solid plan. A logical flow.
Fine.
Let's start with personal integrity and responsibility.
Perfect. So, kicking things off, this idea of acting with responsibility and accountability, taking ownership, acting with integrity.
It's about really stepping up, doing the right thing, even when it's difficult or, nobody's checking over your shoulder.
It's more than just ticking boxes.
Exactly. It's a commitment deep down. Like that PIQC example, right?
Yeah.
The quality inspector in the textile factory.
Oh, yeah. Working the late shift.
But still doing every single check meticulously. Resisting that temptation to cut corners because it's late. That really shows personal commitment.
It really does. And it ties straight into the next point, doesn't it? Demonstrating integrity and honesty.
Absolutely. Being truthful in reports, in communication, always.
No fudging a number.
No fudging. Transparency is key. If there's a problem, you report it accurately, even if it causes short-term pain or cost.
Like that other PIQC scenario, the QA officer in food processing.
Yeah, reporting the contaminated batch, even though hiding it might seem easier, cheaper in the moment.
That takes courage.
It does. And, this lines up perfectly with what organizations like ASQ emphasize: honesty, transparency, avoiding harm. Integrity builds trust.
And that trust isn't just a nice to have.
Not at all. ASQ points out it actually speeds things up. Teams work faster, more productively when they trust each other, which, down the line, helps your own career, too.
Makes sense. Less double-checking, less conflict.
Precisely. Communication flows better. Collaboration is smoother.
Okay, another key principle here. Basing decisions on reliable evidence.
Yes. Stick to the facts. Verified data, reliable sources. No acting on rumors or, gut feelings when quality is at stake.
Objectivity is crucial.
It really is. Your decisions need to be defensible, based on solid evidence, not just assumptions.
Like the PIQC example,
Yeah.
or QA person in the engineering firm.
Instead of reacting to whispers, they go check the defect logs, the inspection reports first, then they report findings.
That's the evidence-based approach right there. Thoroughness, data-driven.
Exactly. There's a great line from the CQE Academy. They say, quality is integrity.
That's powerful. It really captures it, doesn't it?
It does. Integrity is like the soul of quality. Without it, even the best systems can fail.
And we see that play out practically, like a QA officer being pressured to pass bad products.
Right. But resisting that pressure, that's the PIQC honesty principle and that CQE idea in action. Upholding standards even when it's hard.
That's integrity in the real world, making that choice consistently.
Okay, what about applying competence for organizational growth?
Yeah.
Using your technical skills, your analytical know-how.
Right. It's not just having the skills, but actively using them to make things better.
Precisely. Proactively, using your expertise to spot ways to improve things. Real, meaningful improvements. Every challenge becomes a chance to learn to grow.
Like that PIQC example, the quality lead in the service sector, using root cause analysis for call center complaints.
Yeah, and actually reducing those complaints, improving customer satisfaction, that's showing competence leading to real results.
Tangible benefits.
Exactly. Systematically analyzing, finding solutions, getting measurable outcomes. Even something simple, like you mentioned, creating a checklist to cut down rework, that's applying competence practically.
So, wrapping up this first section. Taking responsibility, being truthful, using your skills for improvement. These build trust.
Absolutely. They set a strong, positive example for everyone else in the organization. These are the marks of a truly professional quality person.
Okay, great. Let's move on to that second category then. Professional conduct. This feels more about how we interact, how we maintain standards day to day.
Yes, exactly. The sort of interpersonal side of things. Ethics in action with others.
And first up is upholding fairness and impartiality, treating everyone the same, no favoritism. Seems critical for audits, right?
Oh, absolutely critical. If you're evaluating or assessing something, fairness and impartiality give your work credibility. Decisions have to be objective, no personal bias.
Like that hospital QA professional in the PIQC example.
Auditing cleanliness everywhere, all the wards, not just the ones where maybe the influential managers are.
Right, applying the same standard everywhere. That makes the findings much more believable.
Definitely. Then there's respecting dignity and diversity, engaging respectfully with everyone.
Regardless of their role or background, feels fundamental, really.
It is. Basic respect creates a much healthier workplace. And honestly, valuing different perspectives, that can lead to better quality solutions too. More creative thinking.
The PIQC example of the quality officer in the municipal audit.
Listening properly to the junior clerks, just as attentively as the senior managers.
Yeah, that echoes what we said earlier about listening to factory workers. Everyone might have a valuable insight.
Absolutely. Respect means valuing everyone's potential contribution, no matter their rank.
Okay, confidentiality. This feels huge today. Protecting sensitive information.
Huge. It's a basic professional duty. You build trust with clients within your own company by safeguarding that information, protecting processes, data.
The PIQC example is pretty clear. The ITQA manager not sharing one client's project details with a competitor.
Yeah, that'd be a massive breach. And it fits right in with what various global specialists expect safeguard proprietary info. It's crucial for business.
Next, avoiding conflicts of interest. So, not taking gifts or perks from people you're reviewing.
Yeah, it's about keeping your judgment pure. No personal gain, not even the appearance of being influenced. Your objectivity has to be unquestionable.
Like the government auditor turning down travel reimbursement from the contractor they're inspecting.
Exactly. It shows commitment to impartiality. And again, global specialists stress this. Disclose potential conflicts, avoid them entirely. Make sure decisions aren't swayed.
Giving credit where it's due. Acknowledging others' work accurately. Seems simple, but important for teamwork.
So important. It fosters collaboration, shows respect. Quality wins are often team wins, right? So you need to recognize everyone's part.
Like the quality team lead making sure the line supervisor got recognized in the newsletter for improvements.
Perfect example. Not taking all the credit. It aligns with expectations about giving credit properly, avoiding plagiarism, good professional behavior.
And finally for this section, continuous professional development. Keeping up with standards, practices.
Yeah, you have to. The quality field changes constantly. New standards, new tech, new methods.
It's not static.
Not at all. So continuous learning isn't just nice. It's essential to stay effective, stay relevant.
Like the supervisor in the garments unit taking that ISO 9001 refresher course.
To improve their audits. That shows dedication to maintaining skills. And that benefits everyone. Them, the team, the company.
Okay, so we've covered personal integrity and professional conduct. Let's tackle the third part. Fostering a culture of improvement within the organization.
Right. This is about making quality a shared value, something embedded everywhere.
So the principle of promoting a quality culture, advocating for it at all levels, it's not just the QA department's problem.
Definitely not. A real quality culture touches everything, everyone. From the top leadership down, it means championing quality in decisions and processes all the time.
Like the construction quality head starting those daily quality toolbox talks.
Yeah, that's a great practical example. Reinforcing safety, process compliance, right there on site. Building that mindset daily.
Makes quality visible.
Exactly. Then, fostering teamwork and collaboration. Mutual respect, shared goals. Quality improvement is usually a team sport. It really is. Often requires different departments working together. So breaking down those silos, collaborating towards the same quality aims, that's key.
Like the pharma company example, QA and production working together on deviations.
Yeah, instead of blaming each other, that collaborative approach is way more effective for solving problems. Quality becomes everyone's responsibility. Shared ownership.
Okay, communicating transparently and effectively. Clear, timely, open communication.
So important. Misunderstandings can kill quality efforts. Clear, open communication ensures everyone's on the same page, understands the standards, the expectations,
Like the government audit team being upfront about objectives.
and giving departments a fair chance to clarify things before the final report. That builds trust through openness.
It shifts the focus.
Right, towards solving problems, not pointing fingers.
And lastly, creating a learning organization. Encouraging open problem solving, sharing what's learned.
Yes, seeing every challenge, every nonconformity as a chance to learn and get better.
So, as PIQC suggests, if an audit finds a flaw,
The focus isn't just fixing that one instance, it's digging into why it happened, the root cause, and figuring out how to stop it happening again everywhere, sharing that knowledge.
that's the core of a learning organization, isn't it? Continuous improvement driven by learning from mistakes, from data.
That's it exactly, a mindset of always getting better.
Well, this has been a really valuable deep dive looking at the Code of Ethics through the PIQC lens, but also bringing in those broader principles from global specialists.
It really has, and it hammers home that ethics aren't just rules on paper. They're about how you behave, how you build trust, how you actually achieve quality.
So just to recap quickly, we saw personal integrity, being impartial, responsible, keeping confidentiality. That's the foundation.
Absolutely. And then continuous learning, respecting others, working as a team. Those drive performance and build that strong quality culture.
And it's worth repeating, these guidelines aren't just about ticking compliance boxes. They're a better way to work. They actually help guarantee success for the organization.
Think of ethics like an investment, really. Upholding these principles pays back massively in reputation, trust, efficiency, long-term benefits.
You know, there's that quote, "The quality of a person's work is not measured by the tools in their hands, but by the principles in their heart."
That sums it up beautifully. It really highlights the importance of those inner values we've talked about.
It really does. And hopefully it motivates quality professionals out there to really live these standards, to contribute to building those high-quality environments.
We should definitely thank the PIQC Institute of Quality for bringing this important topic to the forefront.
Absolutely. It's a conversation that needs to happen more often.
A strong ethical grounding is just indispensable for the quality profession going forward.
And for you, listening, perhaps a final thought to take away. How can you actively weave these ethical principles into your own daily work? Not just for your career, but to add real value to your organization, something to reflect on.